Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and others. Welcome back to the Nipa TV show. I'm your host, Nipa TV. That's me. We're going to be commentating, castrating a StarCraft Brood War game. And it's going to be a TvT between these two players, which I'll introduce on the map, Sylphid, whatever the frick it's called. And it's going to be, like I said, Terran versus Terran. We have some Korean banter. Yeah, so these two, safe bet, they are Koreans or they are Korea boos. They really like Korean culture, so whatever. Again, map is Sylphid 3.0. And at the top right, we have C7110 Ho. I'm going to call him Ho for short because it's easier. And Ho, right? Then we got C71 Mong as the blue Terran on the bottom left. And based on these names, they look like they're on the same team, which is why probably there's a lot of banter. Maybe this is even a test game. And I wish I could read. I think I could read some of it, right? I could recognize some of them. That's pretty much it. There's like 3 characters in one here. Okay. Oh, actually, that one I could. I think it was like you or something. Anyways, Terran putting down supply depot. So I actually don't know how TvT works. So this will be interesting. I have to imagine it's a lot like StarCraft 2 with siege tanks, comsats. Can't imagine it's terribly different. Oh my god. The chat's going insane. This map also has the lurker legs. The lurker. God, dude. The lurker eggs. The chat's throwing me off, man. It's crazy. We actually see a barracks kind of near the wall here a little bit. So, yeah. So, probably siege tanks, comsats. Will we see wraiths, maybe? Wraith harass. That'd be kind of fun to see. They're getting early gas right now. Well, one of them is. This Ho is not. Ho is not getting a gas. He is opting out of that. And it looks like we have an SCV that's about to scout from Mong here. And he's going to go towards the right direction. Towards his opponent. Let's actually analyze the map a little bit here. We have pretty easy natural to secure here. Third is where it gets a little tricky, it looks like. You could take this one, but there's a long route that it takes to get there. I think we're going to see a command center. We do see command centers. So interesting. CC, early CC. Don't really see that much in Brood War. Expansions are a lot not as important as StarCraft 2 I've seen in terms of priority. We have a Marine coming out as well. But yeah, that third base seems like it would be kind of tough to scare. Oh, there is a bridge here. So it's not terrible, but this long stretch here, if we had a Zerg on this map, this would be perfect for some run-bys. This wall makes it a little difficult, but yeah. Oh, that scouting SCV getting severely damaged. The Marine's probably not going to catch it. It's backing off. And Ho has not discovered his opponent, but I think based on elimination, he knows where his opponent is. Barracks being lifted off as well. And factories as well. Will we see vultures? I feel like we will. Vultures are highly mobile. They do a lot of damage, lots of harass. Vultures seem like they're really good in any matchup in Brood War, but I could be wrong. We got 2 Marines moving out from Mong here. I think he's just trying to clear the scout here, also damaging that quite a bit. We actually have a Terran machine shop here, so probably see siege tanks or any other high tech. And now Mong's getting his expansion, but his opponent has already had his completed and actually a transfer of SCVs. The thing about Brood War that's really cool is that that transferring SCVs and workers are pretty common. And they used to be common in StarCraft 2, but now we realize that there's no point in doing that unless you have like an over surplus, which I do as well, because in 2 you only need 16 workers per mineral field, and you could just keep churning out workers, and then whatever the amount you have over 16 you just transfer over to your expansion that's being done. So you could transfer in that regard as well, which is kind of cool, but I don't know if that's mineral efficient for your main base, but I mean, I digress. We have siege tank coming out and siege upgrade coming down from Mong here, so he's definitely going siege tanks. We were right on the money for that one. We actually have 2 factories going down for Ho right now. And we'll see what ends up happening. Based on the amount of factories, it makes sense. It's gonna be mech. We have a siege tank out, and actually a scouting barracks sees this little push from Mong. Let's see how much damage he does. And actually, an unsieged siege tank outranges the bunker. Very cool. SV is being sent to repair that. And actually, the non-siege tank is actually doing a surprising amount of damage versus that bunker. More than I would think. So that's kind of cool. And once we have 2 on the field, it's going to be tough to kind of secure that. We have siege upgrade completed this time, and definitely siege mode is going to do a lot more damage. Focuses down the SCV, another one's being sent over. And this barracks is, is pretty important in order to negate this push here. But this bunker is going to go down. Marines are forced to push out, and actually 1 Marine does die. They got 3 vultures on the map. Going to need some focus fire for sure. Siege push moving in. 4 Marines gonna try to do as much damage as possible. SCV's being moved. 1 SCV just dies, but a ton of vultures, and actually pulling the boys, and actually will clean up this force pretty easily with minimal damage being done to Ho. And that is pretty cool. Some sick micro actually with the vultures. Another siege tank is on the field. These are expensive units, and this siege tank will not be able to get out, so it's gonna try to do as much damage as it can. Kills 1 vulture. And an excellent defense from Ho, which is nice. And we still have a floating barracks here, which is funny. And Ho not wasting any time at all. Is going to move out, going to try to do as much damage. There's a siege tank to try to negate it, but vultures are very fast, and they're probably just going to move past it or get right on top of the siege tank. But SV is being pulled in order to stop this vulture push. And siege tank is still up and cleans up that nicely. And some supply depots look like they were going down before as well to try to wall off. More vultures being sent. Ho wants to maximize his advantage here. Or wants to put him on his toes, but I mean the siege tanks are simply too much. Siege tank is going down. It is in a vulnerable position, but it is now not. And we actually have a 3rd siege tank? No, sorry. The original siege tank is being pushed up. So, this base is now secure. That window of attack opportunity is now essentially closed until Ho gets a bunch more units. And he's really maximizing his vulture count, getting a bunch of spider mines. I wonder if we're going to see some kind of drop ship action. And as I say that, we have the starport going down. So, we'll probably maybe see some drops going down. TvT seems pretty intense. Lots of spider mines on the field. Going to be hard to secure a 3rd unless you're securing this one. Kind of makes sense to secure this 3rd one. This one, God, this side is just tough when it comes to 3rd. I guess you have this one, but you definitely have to secure some map control. Vultures on the field for Mong at this time. 4 siege tanks. That is more than enough to stop anything that comes at him right now. And the vultures actually swinging around. The siege tanks are not in siege mode. They are going down now. I was actually got a comsat down as well. Spider mine does go down. And Mong really wants to secure this 3rd. Again, the scouting barracks are funny. And we actually have a Goliath on the field as well. Academy is completed for both sides. I'm not sure what that's going to do. I wonder what upgrades we'll see. We'll probably see some science vessel kind of play. We have a control tower going down as well for the starport for Mong here. And his 3rd is being secured. And at this time, so is Ho. So they're relatively even in terms of securing those 3rd bases. It's almost like they're on the same team and they know each other's playstyle. That's pretty fun. 2 buddies fighting each other to the death. Nothing more romantic. Large vulture force here. Tons of spider mines. So today I learned TvT is just a bunch of freaking spider mines, man. That is crazy. All placing around. So we're definitely going to see some World War I-esque style fighting here. Just no man's land right here in the middle of the map. And a bunch of mines. I don't think that... Did they have mines in World War I? I have to imagine they would. They had tanks. I know for sure World War II had mines. But, yeah. When you think about trench warfare, obviously you're going to think of World War I. Clearly, even if you're not a history major or a history nerd, you know that. You know it was trench warfare. Devin, that sounded arrogant. Well, screw you, buddy. Lots of spider mines going down. Your 4th will not be secure, sir. You are not getting a fourth base on my watch. And I think Mong is thinking the same thing. Yeah, he's denying these fourth bases as well. Right now, just kind of chilling. So let's look at the production. We have vehicle upgrades being done, so we're definitely teching up, trying to make our mech more mech-able. And this third base is being secured. Little transfer of SCVs. Same here. Actually, more saturation from Mong at this time. Economy advantage is going to go to Mong right now. Army advantage, not sure. Both seem pretty... I'm going to give it to Ho. It looks like Ho has more troops right now. But again, the stalemate. I actually can't tell who's... Actually, yes, I can on the minimap, right. At first, I couldn't. Whose spider mines are whose? Ah, who are we fighting? That would suck if you could run into your own mines. They just can't differentiate. That would suck. Make it more dynamic, though. Siege tanks are down here as well in siege mode. A lot of stalemate going on. I can see why this game was 21 minutes. Because it's a lot of sitting on your butt. Seems like TvT is pretty similar in 2 to 1. So there you go. We have Charon boosters. So increased Goliath missile range. Chevron boosters. Tons of vultures. My goodness. More vultures than siege tanks. Well, we'll get Goliaths at some point as well. Will we see science vessels, though? We do have a science facility. And I have to imagine we will see some science vessels at some point. What would you use as a science vessel versus Terran? Can't really use a radiate because biological. EMP. Isn't there that stasis ability? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Again, first TvT I've casted. So this will be interesting. We have some missile turrets attacking something. And we aren't seeing a drop. So it seems like drops not too common in TvT based off this game alone. It is definitely mech focused. Seems like Terrans are just going to go mech on almost every matchup except for versus Zerg. But even then they go siege tanks. So you're going to get factory. It's going to happen, it seems. The scouting barracks just makes me laugh. It just feels out of place. And I get it. You're not going to use it because you're not going to do bio if you're doing mech. But it's just makes me chuckle, man. That is too rich. It's like, I'm not going to use it. Might as well use a scout. Same with the engineering bay. I'm not getting bio upgrades. Goliath using its anti-aircraft ability. We have a fourth actually going down. Looks like a push is going down as well. And Ho is going right for the jugular, right on top of the siege tanks. But siege tanks are doing a bunch of damage. On both sides, that is. Looks like a little bit of a World War I charge there as well. See how much damage there is. Surprised we're not seeing any comm sets. I imagine energy is the issue. There we go. There we go. And a science vessel being lifted up to serve as a scout too. There's no anti-air, so there's no way to stop it really. Not here anyways. There is a Goliath here. But that is so freaking weird to me, man. But I get it. Again, it's just... it's funny. It's like a little gimmick, you know? We have a vehicle plating going down to armor as well. More comsats. You can't just run out of... You just need more comsats, man. Will we get fifth? Will we get a fifth base? Tons of damage being done. How much damage can it do to the mineral line? Seems like quite a bit. Can't see anything right now. Oh, can now. That's right. I guess you could briefly see some units in the distance if they appear. Just for a split second, though. And we do have a drop ship, but looks like Vulture's going to drop right on top of this little siege line here while the siege tanks attack these siege tanks. And Ho actually successfully breaking through. We don't have any units from Mong right now. We have some units over here, actually. But he's got a lot of factories. I'm trying to see how many. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 factories coming in total. So he'll be able to replenish his force quite decently. And both players actually have similar economy at this time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases coming out for Ho. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for Mong. Super even right now, minus that breakthrough. But Ho is not capitalizing on that. He doesn't know his opponent has virtually no units right now. He has some. There we go. Lots of Spider-Mans going down. And the Vultures are just going to take advantage. Mong is going to go straight for this auxiliary base. Try to do as much damage as possible. And he will be successful. He will kill quite a bit before these die. He knows that these are going to die. So we might as well get some damage done on top of that. Right now, both players chilling. Gonna macro some more. Comsat's going down. We're going to be hearing that sound all game long, if you haven't noticed already. Science Vessel's here. What will it use? I'm curious. I'm pretty sure this is stasis ability, or is that's the Arbiter, perhaps? Who freaking knows, man? Who freaking knows? Got the Science Vessel floating. Engineering Bay. Repositioning. Engineering Bay. We must go to a different location. We must get scouting information for the Dominion. Missile turret. Oh, I thought it was getting repaired. Comsat going down over there. Let's see what Mong's next, or Ho's next move is, because he seems to be the one that's moving quite a bit. Mong, to me, doesn't seem like the attacking type, which makes this game more interesting, because Ho is like, attack, attack, attack. I understand Mong did that aggressive attack at the beginning, but oh, we actually have a drop here. 2 siege tanks and some vultures going down, actually forcing the boys to be put down, and Medevac's actually being used to ferry units and clean up this stuff. And he's not going to waste time at all. He is going to go straight, probably into this base, but he comps out. He notices the ridiculous amount of missile turrets that are down, and the Goliath is like, you are not passing this wall. It is impossible. And smartly using siege tanks to take care of the missile tower line. That is so big brain. That is cool. I like that. He's going to try to make a hole here. But that is going to give Ho some time to reposition his troops, which he is doing. So, interestingly, the thing we're noticing is that dropships are being used to maneuver our mech armies as Terran, which I actually don't think I see in TvP as much. And it would be cool to see, but obviously it's going to take an extremely large amount of micro focus in order to articulate correctly. Or to use correctly. 2 siege tanks actually did get into the field. We're going to take out your supply at all costs. Your missile turrets are down, loser. Very annoying position for Ho right now. Can't imagine. I would think he would do a counterattack right now, but obviously you can only see so many things on the map. And a large drop going down, doom drop, if you will, in the main base. Gonna clear out a bunch of supply. Ho is actually losing supply depots. He has supply blocked now. The main base is getting attacked. Lots of minerals right now, though, but he can't really spend it, unfortunately. I have to imagine that supply depots are being constructed right now. There they are. He's just like, I need supply. Can't stop this troops. And he can't really move from this position, because if he moves some troops up here, you know, he's going to be... his Maginot line here is going to be completely negated at this time. There are 3 siege tanks, 4 siege tanks to kind of stop this out. And dropships, oh my gosh, being used as scouting too. That is clever. And actually holds units too. And essentially sandwiching. Oh my god, this main base. What an annoying position to play. I am so glad I don't play StarCraft anymore, because this would suck. I'm sorry, but it would. It might get cleared up here. Just kidding, it's not. Vultures are moving out, pulling some troops off the line. Siege tanks have to stay in position up here. And these key factories are actually getting focused down from the machine shop. Does get cleared up, but we still have this little force here as well. So interesting to see what Mong ends up doing. He is pushing out. He's capitalizing on his advantage. He knows he could push out now, because Ho got, you know, wrecked there, essentially. With that doom drop sandwich. Oh, there is the stasis. So, like, I guess the siege tank can't do anything. Okay, so that's what science vessels are used for. Goliath's moving out. Takes out the science vessel. And it can't... It doesn't do any damage, does it? Yeah. Wait, it can? I don't know. Well, we'll read after the game. But this auxiliary base is going down, and it's not looking too great for Ho. He's still alive technically, but he loses this base, he loses, you know, essentially his economy. He has a lot of minerals right now. And he still has this base up here, but losing this base is not great, and he lost this line. He's going to decide to counterattack. Probably the best move he could do right now. See how much damage he could do. Lots of spider mines, though, have been placed. Lots of spider mines, you know, have been placed earlier, too. This base is secure, and this counterattack is not really boding well. Not doing as much damage. We are going to kill the scouting engineering base, so that is a win. I would not be surprised if Mong just GG's because of that. I lost my engineering bay! No! Ho actually holding off this attacking force of Mong as well up here at the main base. He has to secure this location. He's slowly pushing on the left here, but this base... Gosh, it's lots of SCVs. I feel like it's oversaturated. We have some drops going down from the siege tanks, and siege tanks are doing a lot of damage here. Lots of splash being done, but it does get cleaned up. Ho, surprisingly, still in this. Still managing to stop these troops. And he just needs to secure another base, or he's just going to go all in and attack right now, try to do as much damage as possible. But Mong has a ton of bases, and he's got another Doom drop planned. Just when he thought he was safe, just when Ho thought he was safe, he is most certainly not right now. Dropping right in front of him. Ho gonna try to push and do as much damage, but once these factories go down, he cannot replenish his troops. I am getting a call from someone, and that is game. So, ladies and gentlemen, others, thank you so much for watching this episode of TvT, and I'll see you in the next